Soon after, Katie's sister Connie, who was recently released from rehab, joins her wedding party. Things unravel and test the dedication between Katie and fiancé Tom. Katie learns that maid of honor Amanda may be framing Connie to get Tom for herself. The party started with Katie celebrating her birthday party, where she invited all her friends and loved ones. Katie was in the kitchen with her friends when she was contemplating whether or not she should invite her sister, who just got out of rehabilitation, to her wedding. Her friends said she should, simply because she is her sister. She could not find Connie, so she decided to search for her in the house with her friends when she caught her in bed with her boyfriend, and Connie said she didn't know he was her boyfriend, know fully well that Katie just introduced him to her about 3 hours ago. However, we discovered that Katie was on a plane for the wedding preparations and the whole scenario was all a dream. Tom took Katie to see his mom, Mrs. Lynn, and she wasn't all that pleased to see Katie. She gave her some bad energy, because she felt she was the reason why her son has been far from home, and this made Katie a little bit sad and quiet while at the dinner table. Mrs. Lynn asked a few questions like what Katie likes to cook and would she love to have babies? Katie didn't quite give her the answer she wants, as she said she didn't like the idea of cooking and ordering food is way better than messing up the kitchen, and herself and Tom are quite busy, so baby is not the right timing for them. Tungus became tense, so Tom asked if his mom could teach Katie some of her grandma recipes. Mrs. Lynn said she would love to teach Katie how to cook because she doesn't want her son to go without home-made food for the rest of his life. As they went into their rooms, Katie told Tom that his mom hates her and likes Amanda better, but he told her it was because she is getting married to her only son, that was why. Amanda was in the kitchen with Mrs. Lynn, helping with GBE dishes, and she said Katie is a nice girl and she would know, and that she has been through a lot since herself and Connie lost their both parents. Since then it has been difficult for them. She then mentioned Connie, who was a drug and alcohol addict, and this made Mrs. Lynn a bit skeptical that Katie's sister is using. Tom came into the room and Katie was looking at the photograph of her family, and she said she was angry at her sister Connie for the path she chose, but Tom told her that she is her sister, but Katie is not inviting her because the whole event would be about her and cause chaos, and it is for the best not inviting her to her wedding. They went to the hotel as planned. Katie and the girls met each other and were happy. As Katie turned, she saw her sister Connie and she was surprised as she felt she would be in rehab, but Connie said she was released early and she wasn't supposed to be here, but Katie said it was fine and she was okay with her coming, and they both hugged each other and Connie said she was a better person now. As they were about to go into the hotel room, Katie saw a letter at the door and she opened it and it read, "You are making a big mistake. Call off the wedding or you'll regret it the rest of your life." They were planning to go for their dress fitting, and Katie said she would love Connie to come as well for the fitting, as she would love for her to be there. Immediately Connie left the room. She showed the letter to her friends and Katie said she can't afford to let Connie be a part of her bridesmaid. They got to the place where the wedding would take place and found out that the place was vandalized the night before, and they would no longer be able to have their wedding there anymore, as reconstruction would take a while and the wedding is the next week. Katie asked Tom if it was a bad sign or omen, but Tom said it wasn't. Connie was bent on the fact that they were supposed to get them another place for the wedding, as it would be too late for them to get a venue, but the manager threatened to call the police, so they had no choice than to leave. Amanda confessed to Katie that she gave Connie the wrong time and that was why she came late for the dress fitting, and this was because Connie is her nay bridesmaid and not her anymore, and this threw her under. Tom approached Connie at the lounge where she was having a drink and tried to tell her not to put too much pressure on herself and that Katie is not judging her and they would be family soon, and this made Connie relived and they both shared and hugged, and Tom left. Connie and Katie had a talk and Katie told Connie that they don't need her help because they have been doing it while she was not around and they have been fine, and Connie accepted that she was right and she was sorry. As Connie back to her room, Katie said she loves her and she said she loves her more. Amanda brought Katie's attention to the fact that Tom and Connie has been a little nay closer than usual, but Katie told her that she trusts Tom and he only wants her to feel included and NKT left out, that's all. Things got heated at the dinner table when Mrs. Lynn found out that they didn't have a wedding venue and suggested they postponed the wedding so they have time to think things through. But Connie came asked if Mrs. Lin was only just pathetic or lonely to think that way. But Mrs. Lin in turn asked how was rehab for Connie, and Connie felt embarrassed and left the table. Tom apologized to Connie on behalf of his mom and told her to do what's best for her and not Katie, but he doesn't want anything that would jeopardize his finances' happiness. Katie's friends feels Connie is still on drugs, so they decided to check her bag and they found pills in her bag, and they also showed her a picture of both Tom and Connie when they hugged. They said it looked intimate and also asked where the both of them were at the moment, and this made Katie sick to her tummy and excused herself. Katie tried to pack her bags and leave when Tom walked in and told her that she was misinterpreting things and he was just being nice to Connie, nothing more. However, Katie reminded him about what happened between Connie and her ex, but Tom gave her the assurance that he wasn't her ex and he would not do anything to hurt her. It was the next morning and Connie came in to tell Katie that she has a venue for the wedding already, but Katie got up and confronted her that she trusted her and she lied to her because she found pills in her bag and he is all over her boyfriend again like the last time. But Connie tried to tell her that it was a misunderstanding and doesn't own the pills neither, as she flirting with Tom. But Katie did not believe Connie, so she left in disbelief. Tom told his mom how he feels about Katie and why he loves her so much, and Mrs. Lin told him to go make things right with her. Tom decided to give Katie a gift and Connie helped pick the gift, but the chocolate had nut in them and Katie was allergic to nut and it landed her in the hospital. Amanda then again told Katie that it was Connie that picked the gift for Tom, but Tom said he didn't feel Connie would want to hurt Katie. Katie then asked where Heather was. Bessie had an argument and she didn't make it to her bachelorette party that night. Katie was about taking pictures with Tom when she accidentally fell into the water and blamed it on her sister Connie again and told her she was going to file a police report against and Amanda told her to go ahead with it. Connie finally found out that it was Amanda all along and she went to confront her but was later arrested due to the tantrum that she pulled. Luckily for Connie, she had her files backed up with her iPad and Katie was able to also confirm that it was Amanda all the time. Katie came out clean to Amanda that she knew it was her all the time, and Amanda set the room on fire and locked Katie inside but was later saved by Connie and Heather. Just as they came out of the room, Amanda came on to Katie and tried to strangle her, but Connie came and the police took Amanda away. Tom and Katie had their dream wedding. This time Katie wore Tom's mother wedding dress and Mrs. Lin prayed that the dress brings them good luck, and she was acting cold towards her because she felt she was taking her son away because she has been lonely ever since her husband died, and Katie promised that would never happen and they both hugged each other.